that was scary. I understand seizures, and Elijah had a massive grand mal seizure. I was sitting here talking with my friend who came to visit us, and I happened to look over and Elijah's doing this. He's like seizing, and he's not. He's like completely stiff as a board except for his whole shoulder was just, and I recognize the seizure only because my sister-in-law, Jen, who's also aka MAINVILLES Nation on YouTube, she had gone through seizures for a long time until they're under control now, but I recognize what seizures are because of past experiences, so I knew instantly that he was having a seizure. And I ran over there, I pushed the button, and then I ran out the door and screamed out in the hallway, Elijah's having a seizure. And I came back and I kept on calling his name and I kept on saying Elijah, and he wasn't responding, and then he stopped breathing. I wasn't ready for him to go, but reality hit and I was not ready for him to go. I kept on saying, Elijah, Elijah, are you okay? Elijah, say something to me. And he just wasn't responding. So it was part of the seizure, but when you're in that moment, you want them to respond. And I understand sometimes in a grand mal seizure, they don't respond. And so he only did it for like 30 seconds. And then when he stopped, I saw him stop breathing. And I freaked out. And it was the hardest thing. He's okay now. Just letting you know, he's okay now. He's up, he wants to eat. We put him on seizure medication and he's on all sorts of medication. We did a CT scan. We put him back up on sodium drip. We did all sorts of things. His tumors from the CT scan are about the same size. It hasn't grown and it hasn't decreased. It's stable. So we know that chemotherapy is doing something. So if it hasn't grown, then we know that chemo might be working. However, in that brief moment, I thought I lost him. I was not ready for it. I was so not ready for it. Whew. So we have to keep an eye on him because more than likely it's the tumors pressing on the brain causing the seizures, as well as the decreased sodium. His sodium has just gone downhill like a huge jump. Downhill, I wouldn't say a jump because usually jump is up, so a huge decrease. But it was a very scary moment for me. I'm not ready to say goodbye to Drax Shadow. He's doing okay at the moment. Like I said, he wants me to go get Subway or pizza, and we're waiting to get the clear from the doctors to allow him to eat. And the reason why they wouldn't have allowed him to eat in the first place after a seizure is because if another one happens and he has a full stomach, trying to stick something down his airways if he doesn't wake up from a seizure can cause a lot of problems when he has food in his stomach. Well, now that they've seen the CT scans and know what's going on, and they give him seizure medication already, and it went over like a 15-minute span of time, I'm wondering if they would allow him to eat now that he's on seizure medication. So we're trying to get the clearance of doctors. Please, by all means, go to Elijah Kickin' Neuroblastoma on Facebook and follow his page there. I keep constant updates, so you guys don't have to wait until the following day to find out what's going on with Elijah. So it was a very scary moment today, and I'm just so glad that he was able to wake up from it and finally respond. He got a little bit of a headache. He woke up, but after like 20 doctors and all the fast response team came in and stuff, he finally woke up, and I said, "Are you okay?" And he said yes. He doesn't remember it. Of course, people that have seizures don't remember, which is good. I don't want him to remember this type of trauma on him, but it did create a headache, so he had a headache. Come to find out, there was a stitch in his scar when he had his biopsy on his tumor. There was a little stitch in there, or maybe a, what do you call it, a scab. Well, that fell out. And now you can see, if you shine a flashlight, and it's completely healed, so there's an open hole. Now you can see to his skull. When a doctor shined his light there, he said he can see some of the skull. That's a bad thing. But the good thing about that is it's not reaching the brain, nothing leaking out from the brain. So no, the hole did not cause the seizure, but however, I think the seizure caused that hole. Like the scab came falling out, or the stitch came falling out from him jerking so much. So now we've got this hole in his head, which I will not show because it's too disturbing to everybody, but there is this little tiny hole. I'd say about maybe like a pen, like the end of a pen, ballpoint pen size. And when you shine a flashlight, you can see the skull. So it's a deep hole. So what we're gonna do is probably numb the situation and numb the hole, and then stitch it up and close it and let it heal closed. So I don't know how that happened. I don't know if the scar, the scabbing just didn't heal right. Something didn't heal right. So they're getting in touch with Seattle Children's Hospital about the doctor that did the stitches over there, which they didn't do it right, which kind of frustrates me a little bit. So scary day, guys. I'm going to end it here. I'm probably not going to get any sleep tonight. I'm going to keep my eyes on him 24/7. So it's just been, I mean, we were doing good, and then bam, this seizure happened. And so I'm completely on a nervous wreck now. And I just would ask that you guys would maybe pray a little bit harder, light a candle, 10 billion candles. Just send more positive thoughts our way. We truly appreciate it. I definitely was not ready for this. This came out of nowhere, because right before he seized, he was up eating and talking, and he was completely fine. He was completely fine. And then he had the seizure out of nowhere. So, all right, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys another time.